tools to create profiles that will read a surface. Navigate to the Home tab, Create Design Panel, Profile dropdown, and let's click on Create Surface Profile. So the first thing we want to do is let's create a profile of our existing road. We'll make sure we have Combined EG selected and click on Add here. One thing to note as well is you can actually add sample offsets that will also dynamically read the surface that you're selecting here. If you wanted to go left, you would type a negative number and positive would be on the right side. Let's scroll to the right, click on here, make sure we're using existing ground profile, and click OK. We'll go ahead and click on the Draw in Profile View button. This opens up the Create Profile View dialog box. This is a wizard, so let's go through the different sections. First, let's verify that our profile view style is set to no grid. We'll click Next here. You notice how you can change a station range if you'd like to. Click Next. You can also change the minimum maximum height for the profile view. Let's scroll to the right and verify that no labels will be displayed for this profile, as it is a surface profile and you would not want labels to be displayed at every single vertice. Click Next. You could apply a band set. This would be for something like existing finished grade elevations. We don't need it for this profile view, so we'll just make sure we have no bands set. If we had any hatching that we wanted to show a specific area between two surfaces, this is a pretty cool way to add it, but we don't have that, so let's go ahead and click on Create Profile View. Click somewhere above the existing alignment, and there's our surface profile. Let's create another one for the bypass. So we'll go ahead and click on Profile, Create Surface Profile, and again, we'll have Combined EG. Let's make sure we have Bypass 1 selected this time. Click Add, scroll to the right, and make sure that existing is being used for the existing ground profile. Let's click on the Draw in Profile View button. Again, we have the Create Profile View dialog box. Let's just navigate to the Data Bands category, and let's change this to EG/FG elevations and stations, as this is something that we will need for this profile view. We'll go ahead and click on Create Profile View, and let's go ahead and just place it somewhere below the bypass alignment. Now, as you can see, we've put it kind of in the way of the roadway. This, of course, is incorrect. To move a profile view along with the profile, make sure you select the profile view itself and then pick the blue grip that appears, and then of course you can move it that way. That moves everything within it. Let's look at an additional tool that's pretty cool when working with profiles. Let's say I wanted to see this existing ground on this profile view so that later on when I start doing design, I have the elevations from this existing roadway centerline. To do so, simply select the profile view first, and in the contextual ribbon, you'll see the Superimposed Profile tool. Go ahead and click on that tool. Again, when you don't know what to do, look to the command line window. It's asking you to select a source profile. This is the profile, don't forget, not the profile view. This is the profile that we want to put in there. Then it says, select the destination profile view. We'll go ahead and pick the destination profile view, and then you can tell Civil 3D what's your accuracy for the horizontal and vertical mid-ordinate distances. We'll just click OK, and there is the superimposed existing centerline. If you wanted to change the actual style for this one, we'll go ahead and press Escape, select it, navigate to the Properties palette, and right in the Style dropdown, let's say we'll give it a offset centerline, press Escape, and there is our superimposed centerline for the existing roadway. What's great about these surface profiles, if any changes are made to the existing ground, these surface profiles will update automatically. Civil 3D provides tools very similar to the horizontal alignment tools to create proposed profiles. Let's create a proposed vertical alignment. We'll navigate to the Create Design panel, Profile, Profile Creation Tools. When you don't know what to do, look to the command line window. It's asking you to select a profile view to create profile. So we'll go ahead and pick our profile view that we have set up in this viewport. We'll go ahead and give this name of _bypass1, as this will put it at the top of the list, making it a little easier when you do your corridor modeling. We'll use the profile style of layout, and make sure our profile label set is set to complete label set. Note that you can toggle on design criteria, and you can use the minimum K table provided by AASHTO standards. For now, we'll leave it toggled off. Click OK, and you'll notice the profile layout tools look very similar to the alignment layout tools. We have the PI methods on this side, we have the fixed, floating, and free tangent tools here, and the fixed, floating, and free curves from here. Let's go ahead and check out our curve and spiral settings. So notice that you can define the different types of curves that you might want to do, and then the default curve length. Go ahead and click OK for the defaults. For now, let's go ahead and just choose Draw Tangents, and then we'll add the curve in later. I want my proposed profile to start at an existing ground elevation at a specific station value. This is a transparent command called Surface Station Elevation. I'll type in 'SSE to get there. We'll pick the profile view we want to start this in. Then we need to pick a surface, which is why this other viewport is open. We'll click it once in here and then pick the surface. Notice how the jig comes up, allowing us to define the station to start this profile at. We'll type in 300 and then press enter. Now, although you don't know it, it actually has started the profile at that existing elevation in the profile view. Let's click back in here once, press escape once to get out of the transparent command. As you can see, it's showing up as a rubber band within the profile view. Now what we want to do, we want to define the next PVI with a profile grade and station. We'll go ahead and type in 'PGS for profile grade station transparent command and press enter. The grade we want is -0.02 and then press enter. Notice how it shows you the grade that we just typed in. Now the stationing that we want is 1778.95, press enter. And there's our PVI. Press escape once to end the transparent command, and now we're continuing along. The last value you want to enter for this PVI is using a profile station elevation. So type in 'PSE, press enter. And now we're defining the station. So this station is 2357.14, press enter, and the elevation is 114.92, press enter, and there's our completed vertical alignment. Press escape once to end the command, press escape again to complete the proposed design profile. You can see the labels come up automatically, and we need to now define our vertical curve. So let's go ahead and do that. Select the profile, and then navigate to the curve dropdown and choose Free Vertical Curve Parabola. The command line window says select first entity. We'll pick the first tangent, and then we'll pick the next tangent. And for our vertical curve, we want 500 feet. Press enter. There's your vertical curve. Press enter again. And as you can see, all the labeling and everything else is updating automatically. Let's go ahead and maximize this viewport by double-clicking the viewport control defined right here. Now, if we look at the bottom of our profile view, you'll notice that the band, which should be displaying the existing and proposed elevations for our existing profile and our proposed profile, has not updated. So we need to update this. Let's go ahead and select the profile view and navigate to the profile view properties in the modify view panel. Navigate to the bands tab, and all we need to do is scroll to the right side here, and we want to change profile 2 to _bypass1. Click OK. And voila, our profile is updating with the elevations, and of course we'll read that profile automatically if it ever changes. There are many tools to edit your design profiles. Let's first go ahead and select our proposed profile, and let's go ahead and click on the Geometry Editor tool. So the tools are categorized. For instance, you have all the PI editing methods right here. So if you needed to add a PI, you would simply click on that tool and then place the PI wherever you want it to be. You also have the ability to, of course, delete PVIs as well, and just simply click near the PVI and then it's gone. There are also some additional PI tools. For instance, if you wanted to raise or lower your entire design profile, you could do so right here by simply clicking the tool and raising or lowering it. You also have tools like delete subentity. So if you want to actually delete a subentity within your proposed profile, you can simply select it, it deletes it, and that's it. Now, if you want to undo some of these operations, you can use, of course, the AutoCAD undo command, but you also have the undo operation right there in the profile layout tools. You can also make edits in a tabular way, very similar to the horizontal alignment. If you go ahead and select the profile grid view tool right here, you can then see it in the panorama window. You can make changes to the PVI stations, elevations, grade in, grade out, profile curve length, and so on, right in this tabular type way in the panorama window. Lastly, you have grip editing. If you look here, you can pick the different grips here to define the grade in or the grade out. And of course, you have grips to change the profile curve length by simply clicking here to increase it or decrease it, and so on. There are many profile and profile view labeling tools to better communicate your design. Let's first look at grip editing. Let's edit this specific label, which starts at the beginning of our project. We'll go ahead and hold the Control key down and select the actual label. You first, of course, can then grip edit it if you wanted to let's say, pull it out with a multi-leader. And now if I wanted to edit this specific label, you go to the ribbon and click on the Edit Label Text. We want to edit the PVIS and click OK. So we are now going to override the default label style. This is standard label editing functionality. Let's go ahead and get rid of the grade break, and we'll call this one Begin Bypass 100, and then leave the stationing there. We'll go ahead and click OK here, and notice how it overrides that label, allowing us to put in there whatever we would like to. Press Escape to clear your selection set. Let's look at the additional profile labels that you can add. We'll go ahead and select our profile itself and click on Edit Profile Labels. Let's say now I want to add in the horizontal geometry points because I want to show the actual PCs, PTs, and so on. Click Add, and then you can tell Civil 3D which ones to show. We'll just leave the default on, click OK, and then click OK again. Notice how you now have the PC, the mid, and the PT. If anything changes in the horizontal, these labels will update automatically. Let's look at Profile View labels. So we'll go ahead and select the Profile View, and let's look at the Add View Labels dropdown. You can do a station elevation label, which is pretty simple. You just define the station elevation where you want to define something. So we'll go ahead and just simply snap somewhere, and then we'll just define that label there. Of course, these labels are dynamically linked to the profile view. If we go ahead and copy these labels, notice how they're updating automatically. Let's go ahead and select our profile view again. And lastly, we can do a depth label. What it allows you to do is it allows you to define at a specific station an actual depth between two locations. So as you can see here, I snap to that profile and the existing surface, and you can actually see a depth. Civil 3D provides a few ways that you can report on profiles. First, let's look at the panorama window. Let's go ahead and select our design profile, navigate to the geometry editor, and pick on the profile grid view. When the panorama window appears, if you want to copy anything out of the profile entity's vista, simply right-click and choose Copy All. You can then take this into Excel, and it puts it in there as tab delimited columns. Then you can use standard Excel functionality to format your columns, the data, and save the file if you want to. Civil 3D also provides reporting tools in the toolbox. Navigate to the Toolbox tab in the tool space, expand Reports Manager, you can select the profile category, and you'll notice here you have a few reporting tools. If you wanted to get a vertical line report, double-click PVI Station and Curve Report, and then select your proposed profile, click Create Report. In your default browser, the report will appear.